The Storm Wrestling Academy it's since shut down, but it was a 12-week wrestling course, so it was designed to start you from like your first bump all the way to being able to have matches in front of audiences. The beauty of it though was that you could go at any point in your career. So I always say that I was trained twice. I did my initial training with Gavin McGavin, who was the fundamentals coach at EPW, and then probably like 9 months into my training, Shane Haste, who was over in Noah with Mikey Nichols, he blew out his ACL, so he moved back to Perth to try and rehab it. And while he was
Yeah.
here, he took over the beginner guys. So then I did the next 6 months of training with Shane. Shane got signed and shot off to Florida. And I was really low on the card, and there was a bunch, like I said, there was a bunch of guys from my class I was competing with, so I had no fucking way of like differentiating myself. So like again, the athletic mindset, I thought, well, fuck this, I'm gonna go somewhere that the other guys haven't been. So I moved over, and we trained for 12 weeks, 5 days a week, and it was fuck the best time of my life by a mile.
And but that's the thing is it's learning those little intricacies that you can't get anywhere else. Like Lance Storm wrestled for every major company, in wrestling in the last, 20, 30 years. Great mind for the business, amazing technical wrestler. Were you surprised that he was able to sort of, go into the psychology a bit more and the character work a bit more with you? Like, because he wasn't really known for being like an overly the top character, but what he did
Mm.
really fucking well. So
Yeah, well, it's like not every not every great footy coach was a great footy player. So Lance had, I would consider, absolutely mastered a big part of the wrestling industry. And you're right, he probably didn't excel at that side of things, but he's one of the best. He is the best wrestling analyst that I've ever personally been around. He analyzes it and understands it better than anybody that I've ever been in the same room as. And so he knows what to do. He knows how to do it. He knows how to execute it. And he understands. I think that understanding the actual goal is the biggest hurdle. So I didn't understand what I was trying to do. So I'm basically just fucking throwing darts in the dark, not knowing what I'm shooting for. So Lance really broke down like, what are we trying to achieve? What's your job? What's the other guy's job? How do we work together? And what's the end result we're shooting for? And then some little tips and tricks to try and get to the result, as efficiently as possible. And like I said, man, his coaching style just really meshed with me, and I took so much away from like in the business as a whole. I took so much away from Lance. So forever in his debt, but not really because I paid him fucking 3 grand. So I think we're even.
but dude, like, 3 grand for 12 weeks under that learning tree, man. I bet it's worth every fucking penny, dude. And it's like not everyone, like, did you see guys over there like that didn't make the 12 weeks, or is this like everyone that was there was like a seasoned performer?
No, man. So we had a pretty varied class, which was nice. I went over there with Jay Taylor, who's a wrestler from Perth, and Liam Mendel, um, who's actually my housemate now, living somewhere behind me. And then in the class, there was probably 50-50 split of guys that had trained before and guys and girls that had never done anything. And I didn't mind that. So I always tell people I got trained twice, start to finish. So, like mastering the fundamentals is never going to be a flaw. I don't think so. The guys, there was a girl that didn't make it, and with all due respect to her, she was quite a nice girl. So I don't want to hang shit on her, but she was
No.
the worst wrestling trainee I've ever seen in my life. Um, so we were on week 6 at Lancers, and we'd started to tee together some matches and stuff like that. And she hadn't got the hang of front rolls yet. So